Hello everyone, thanks for watching Looky Lou. Looky Lou has a foundation review for you, and we are going to be reviewing the Beauty Blender Bounce Liquid Whip Long Wear Foundation. Now Sephora sent me a sample, which I love these things because they give you enough to do the whole face, which is nice. I'll probably have to mix 210 and 325 because I think this one here is a bit too light. So probably have to mix these two. But yeah, all it says here is full coverage, velvet matte finish, moisture boosting hyaluronic acid, and 32 blends, so 32 shades. So it doesn't really give you much detail on the card, but it does say long wearing and a velvet matte finish. So we will see how this goes because I tend to get a little bit dry in this area through the cold weather. So I did cleanse the face, moisturize. I did not put a primer on because whenever I'm testing out a new foundation, I like to put the foundation just straight on the face without any primer to see how it wears throughout the day. So what we're going to do is apply it, see what the finish is like, and then I will do check-ins. It doesn't say how long the wear of this foundation is. It just says long wear. Typically, I wear my foundations for about 8 to maximum 9 hours a day. So some of these foundations where they claim 24 hours, I don't wear my foundation for 24 hours. So this would be coming off after 8 hours today. So let's see here. Let's turn down the brightness. The time right now is 10:30. Okay. So let's give this a shot. So let's open her up. I like these samples that Sephora sends so I can like test out these foundations, and if I like, I can order. But again, we are going to mix these two. And those two, 210 and 325. And it says right on the back of the sample here. So we are just going to open these two up. And they give you quite a bit, like enough to do the whole face. But to me, I think that's going to be a bit too light. So we're going to open both. Now it says here to apply with the directions, dab foundation directly onto a damp beauty blender. It does say it's buildable to desired, coverage, but again, it says full coverage. I'm not going to apply it with a damp beauty blender. I'm going to apply it with my Sephora foundation brush. And then I like to use my beauty blender just to pat the product in and get rid of any of the, excess foundation that's sitting on top of the skin. So here we go. I did cleanse and moisturize. I have absolutely no primer on the face, and we are not going to set this with any powders at all. I just want to give this a fair shot just with the foundation on the face for 8 hours today and see how it goes. So let's mix these two together on the back of my hand. Just going to dab. Dab this on here a little bit more. So Velvet Matte. I don't like a full matte foundation because like I said, this time of the year, it likes to cling to my dry spots. So we are just going to dab this in. Dab, dab, dab. Seems a bit light. I might have to use some of the darker darker one just to kind of darken it up a bit, because it does seem a bit light. Let's use a little bit of the darker one. A little bit more. It seems very light in this lighting in here, but in my mirror, it does seem like a good color. So we'll see if this oxidizes. I look like a ghost. Oh my goodness. But in my mirror here, it does look like a good color. Let's see if I can change some of the lighting. Whoa, I look blue. Get it up there in the hairline. It's definitely not matte. It does have a bit of a satin-like finish to it. It's very light. Not much of a smell to this foundation at all, which is nice. Like, I don't smell anything, to be honest. So if anyone's concerned with scent, this one has no scent at all. Now it does have the hyaluronic acid in it, so it helps moisture, which is nice. It's nice. It's a nice finish. Nice velvet matte finish. Not too bad. I'm liking it so far. But how it wears and sits on my skin for, throughout the day is the true test. I do have an oily T-zone, but like I said, right now my skin's a little bit dry in my chin area because of the weather, and I sometimes tend to get dry around my nose area as the weather changes. So once the snow hits, that's when my skin completely changes. So I try to stay away from the matte, too matte foundations in the winter because it likes to cling to those dry spots. So I like to give my skin some extra moisture if I am planning on wearing some sort of matte foundation. All right, guys, so that's all blended in there nicely. So I'm just going to take my beauty blender just to kind of push the product in and just remove any excess, foundation sitting on top of the skin. Eyes. Okay, so very nice finish. I'm liking the finish. Yeah, it's a little bit light, but we'll see if it oxidizes. But as of right now, it looks good. Looks nice. It's not thick, not cakey, went on nice and smooth, blended out nicely. The finish is a nice satin matte, not too shiny. So yeah, we will see how this wears, and I will check in probably 2-3 hours and see how this foundation's looking. I'm not going to apply any powder at all. I'm just going to let it sit on my skin and see what happens. See how this foundation goes. All right, guys, so we will check back in a few hours. Hello, guys. So it has been 2 hours. Yeah, so it's 12:30, so it's been a couple of hours since I applied the foundation, and we are testing out the Beauty Blender Bounce foundation. So this is what it's looking like after 2 hours. I just put some liquid lip on. It's pretty much it. What I'm wearing on the lips is the Jeffree Star, and it's androgyny. So that's what I decided to put on the lips today, but as the foundation's looking, my oils are starting to come through. It's starting to settle in like starting to settle, you know, my smile lines a little, not much. My eyes, I don't know. There's some creasing in the eye area. I don't know if you can see that. Even up in my eyelids, it's creasing. I love the finish, but it does settle into the lines. But nothing a primer could not fix or help with, because I applied this with no primer. So maybe this foundation would be good with a primer underneath, but it's not clinging to my dry, my dry patches. It's just settling into a bit of my under eye lines that you can see right there. And just my smile lines. Will this hold up for another 5 hours? I don't know. I guess we'll see. But I do like the finish, though. The finish is nice. It is definitely a satin matte, but I have combo skin, so my oils, like I said, are starting to come through. So we will check in another few hours to see what it's looking like. Again, I have no primer. I have not concealed, no powder, setting powder, no nothing. Just put the foundation right on my face and yeah, just left it. So we'll continue to leave it for another few hours. So give it a bit. I'll check back in. Hello, everybody. I'm back. So I have had this foundation on since 10:30 this morning, and it is now 4:10. It's 4:10 right now. So I'm not gonna do another check-in with this foundation because after having this foundation on for like 6 hours, I came to the conclusion that I do not like it. So my oils have really came through. I'm very oily. It's settling into my lines. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it is kind of clinging to my dry spots here. My nose, I don't know if you can, it's kind of caking up in there. It's, settling in my lines. This is not a foundation for me. It's very, look at that, guys. It's just like, yeah, it's, let's try to fix that up. I have company for dinner, so I don't want to be looking like a hot mess. So, yeah. The Beauty Blender Bounce Foundation is not for my skin type, that's for sure. Yeah. So I'm just going to give this a thumbs down. Don't like in this foundation. Don't like how it's sitting on my face. It's definitely not transfer proof. It's definitely not long wear. And after 5-6 hours, it's very oily and cakey. Yeah, so yeah, not for my skin type, but it was worth the shot, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed the video of this Beauty Blender Bounce Liquid Whip Long Wear Foundation. Like I said, it's not for me. Maybe for some of you others out there may like it, but not for my skin. Didn't hold up as quite as I was hoping it could have. So until next time, on my next foundation review. See you later, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and please subscribe to my channel, like, and share. It would be greatly appreciated. Have a good night, guys. Bye.